All right, today we're going to be talking about Chat GPT wrappers. Are people building real stuff that's going to last with enterprise value that can make money? Or is this just a bunch of trash being thrown out into the world that will be valued at $0 the moment OpenAI makes another update to their models? That's what we're going to be talking about today, because I see your comments every time we share someone who's making a bunch of money with an AI app. I see the comments that say, this is just an AI Chat GPT wrapper. Why don't I just use Chat GPT instead? Or the churn on this business is going to destroy it. In today's episode, we're going to be going over 3 GPT wrappers that are making a ton of money. And we're going to decide, is it garbage or is this a real business that makes real money that could be sold for a lot? Welcome to the Starter Story Podcast. Let's dive in.
All right. Yeah. So today I was doing my research this week, came across a Reddit post that I thought you and the audience would find kind of interesting. So let me share my screen. So this post says, it's in R microsas, 99% of AI apps are just fancy garbage.
Nice. I agree.
The truth, most of these apps aren't solving problems. Here's a thought. If your AI app vanished tomorrow and no one noticed, it probably shouldn't exist. Blah, 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 blah.
Interesting. What are people saying about this?
Let's see. What are people saying? One, first, top upvote, true, but 90% of all apps are fancy garbage. Let's see. Don't you think this is just part of how tools get democratized? I mean, look at Excel, Word, PowerPoints, whatever. So many things are built on these things that started as simple templates or basic ideas. Same with AI apps right now. AI app equals pay me for prompt engineering. And someone goes, shh.
Nice.
Like, don't spoil this fool. So there's obviously more here. Like some agree, some disagree. But I think kind of there's I have 2 competing thoughts here. One is like, you're just a hater, man. Like you're just mad because there's people out there making money. Yeah. Simple stuff. And maybe he's like an ex-engineer or something that's like, I'm a real developer. These people are not. So on the one hand, I'm like, that's hating. Yeah. And on the other hand, I'm not a developer and I'm not like a pro coder or anything like that. There's part of me that like maybe agrees, some of the research I do for Starter Story, even on this process for putting together this podcast, I'm like, yeah, some of these AI apps, they don't like, it is just fancy. Yeah. I could do this on ChatGPT. That's the main counter argument, I think, is what he's saying.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree, especially if I think it's easy to, when you're looking from something from the perspective of how it's built or what it does, and it doesn't actually serve you. Let's say this calorie tracking app. Maybe they wouldn't say that about that. That's a garbage app, but let's just use that as a hypothetical. I don't track my calories. So that's garbage to me. I don't use it. I wouldn't use it. I would never use it. It's garbage to me. But let's say there is an app that actually, I think it's really dangerous to look at apps from the perspective when they or to say that an app is garbage or not, when it's not, you're not the target customer for that app. Right. And that's what this person is saying here is like, what was his example in there? AI writing tool. Well, is he a screenwriter writing scripts all day for, Hollywood movies? Is he a college student trying to get his paper done? No. So AI writing to him is not a valuable problem that needs to be solved for him. And he mentions it there, he or she, I'm not sure, but he says most of these apps aren't solving problems.
Solving inconveniences for people too lazy to think for themselves.
Yeah. That is a very dangerous, I don't want to get too much into it, but I do think that's a very dangerous mindset. Because it kind of like looks down on people, calling them lazy or, to be someone who creates a great product. Yeah. It's very important to empathize with your users. If you think all your users are lazy pieces of shit, then you're probably not going to build something that actually helps them or even care about them. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent there.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with some of that. And I think this POV is not like super the best, but I do think he's not wrong, maybe in some respects. Yeah. But I found a couple of tweets that I wanted to like highlight here as sort of like counters to this. Yeah. They both made me laugh, and then we'll get into like the 3 business ideas to talk about. Yeah. This one is, Mom, how did we get so rich? Your dad built a ChatGPT wrapper when everyone thought they were just commodities. Just like, yeah. In other words, like people are making money off this stuff. Yeah. And that's like an opportunity.
True. If you're watching this for the first time, if you're watching anything of Starter Story, you know that pretty much almost every business idea that we've been covering lately is kind of this is where it's at right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the second one was like another commentary. It's like, it's just a wrapper. OpenAI is a NVIDIA wrapper. NVIDIA is a whatever wrapper, blah, all the way down.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, that's another like interesting like perspective.
I saw that as well. I've seen this before and I really like this comparison. Most SaaS apps are just thin database wrappers. So instead of a GPT wrapper, think of most apps as wrappers. Salesforce, which is, we can look up their market cap. I think it's maybe 100 billion or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just a wrapper around a database, right? Which is also an amazing technology. You don't think about it anymore, but a database is an amazing technology, just like an LLM. They built, 300 billion, it says it right there. They built a wrapper around a basic database that tracks your sales, whatever. And there you go. Yeah.
So what I wanted to do is, so I saw this Reddit post, kind of saw some of these reactions, and I'm just like, okay, what are some examples of quote wrappers that we've seen online that are making money? And I want to kind of show off 3 of them. And I have my doubts about like whether or not they're good businesses or not.
You got some trash to show me.
Yeah, I got some fancy garbage to show you.
Okay, let's see this.
What I think is fancy garbage. Okay, this first one. So I want to show you this first one. This first one is called founderpal.com or .ai. And from everything I can tell about it, it's essentially a like marketing strategy, business strategy generator. We can look into it a little bit. I'm pretty sure I had logged in. Yeah. And they have like these plans, right, of like how you could use it. But essentially you can plug in something about your business and it will like spit out stuff for you. So you can have it generate a product description, have it generate marketing ideas, have it generate social media posts, have it generate like your positioning of your business. And according to the case study that I found on this, they're making like 10K a month on this business from a lot of like one-time payments, things like that. And this is the tweet that I wanted to pull up. This is the founder, Dan. And he has kind of the exact counterpoint that I was going to bring to this idea. It's like, you can just do this in ChatGPT. I've done it a bunch of times where you go there and you say, hey, generate a marketing plan for me based on these ideals, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it spits it out. And his point is like, they say that, okay, maybe busy people with money would rather click buttons in my ChatGPT wrapper than write mega prompts for ChatGPT. Yeah. Maybe. And then he's just showing off like a nice of the monthly subscription or whatever. Yeah. So I don't think this app is garbage. It looks kind of interesting, pretty cool. Yeah. And I don't want to shit on the founder. Obviously, that's not the point of this. But I think the idea is similar, right? Is like, why do you think something like this works or people pay for this?
Yeah. One thing that I've talked to some of our customers about, and this actually kind of serves a similar customer basis, Founder Pal, Starter Story, kind of similar. People aren't good at prompting, or at least they don't feel like they're good at prompting. So the argument that, I can just go to ChatGPT, and I think some people may feel that way. I might even feel that way because I do feel a little confident. I feel like I'm on the more cusp of using AI tools because I use them a lot and I'm an early adopter and I'm excited and curious about new tools. But I wouldn't say that every single person has the confidence to go, hey, I'm going to go in and create a marketing template with ChatGPT. And like he says right here, he says, busy people with money, right? You're going to, by using his thing, you're going to save me time because I don't have to write the prompts. And you've also put it all into this nice interface where, yeah, I want to put in, more data or inputs, which is like, my app is, what were some of the things that you could put in there?
You could do a bunch of stuff like, product description, tone of voice.
Yeah, these are things that I may not even think about, right? Because I'm a customer here. I don't know about product portfolio. Oh, cool. Can I add that? Okay, that'll give me a better result. Maybe I'm doing this because my boss wants me to put together a marketing strategy and I'm not confident that I'm going to do like the best job at it. So, okay, I'll just go pay for it. My company will pay for it. This is, from a first principles approach, I think you'll probably get a better result, which is what you're looking for, which is a marketing plan, if you use this than if you use ChatGPT. And that's where the value is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I think you can test it right now, or you have to upgrade your account to see it. But does it give you like a preview of what you get from it?
Upgrade your account. I did this once, and they have something interesting about this. Here's like an example.
There you go, right there. So see that user persona, it looks all nice. Imagine going to your boss with just an output of ChatGPT, or going to them with this, right?
Yeah.
This looks more professional. It looks like you did more of your homework or whatever, right? This is a better result for what you wanted to get out of it. And I think that's, some people, most people, 95% of people will just go to ChatGPT and get the answer. But think about that person who's just working in a company and trying to impress their boss, right? They will happily pay for something like this. Or maybe they're really, really serious and about user personas. They want to generate 100 of them or something like that.
Totally. Yeah, I like this headline here. Cheaper than marketing agency, better than ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of these free tools. This is part of, I think, how they get people into the product anyway. But you can, in like a couple of sentences, just do like, describe your business. So let's just say start education business or something. Business, target audience, new founders, create a free persona. It might make me create an account.
Right.
This is just like in 1 second, it pulled up persona, problem, goals, blah, 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 blah. And this is like the free stuff.
If you search free user persona generator in Google, let's see if it comes up.
Let's see. Free user persona generator. HubSpot to FounderPal.
There it is. So that's the other thing that we haven't talked about. I'm sure we'll talk about it with some of the other examples, but a lot of these AI apps, we talk about this. We're not shying away from this ever. It's a marketing game, right? If you can, the person who searches free user persona generator, they may not even think about ChatGPT or using AI to do it, right? They may be like, oh, I can get a persona generator. Okay, click this. Oh yeah, I kind of know that it's using AI, but who cares? This is solving my problem in the moment that I'm searching for it and that I need it, right?
Yeah.
I may not even be, the people go, oh, this is just a ChatGPT wrapper. The actual customer that's using this, that's not even a thought that crossed their mind, right? They're just looking to get their problem solved, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah. And I think what I was going to say something, like I said at the beginning, my skepticism of this business, there's no doubt that this 3 clicks is better than what I would have to go to ChatGPT and say, I want you to act as a user persona generator. And then it would ask me a bunch of questions and then I have to answer those questions and I might not even know the answer to those questions. And then once I figure it out, it might spit out something I'm not even like that interested in.
Yep.
And this wraps it faster.
Yeah. There's a famous, I don't know too much about it, but there's a famous concept called JTBD, jobs to be done. And it's kind of the idea that all startups products exist to help someone get a job done. A job can be, I need to get user personas generated. That's an actual job that a user is looking to complete, and entire startups can be built around this. And it's actually, I haven't read the book, but I've done a lot of research on it. It's a great way, if you're watching this and you're building something, analyzing your product from a jobs to be done perspective. What is the actual job that my product or service gets done for the user is an interesting way to look at if you have product market fit and if you're building a good product.
Yeah, I've never thought about that, but that's a great way to a great frame. And that ties perfectly back to this, right? The job to be done is marketing, for example.
Yeah.
And this does it. So that's the first one. So is it just a ChatGPT wrapper for marketing? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Is it garbage? I don't think so.
Yeah, it is a wrapper, but it's not garbage. I think that's for this one, not garbage.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. It's not a starter case study, but I follow this guy online. I think his name is Tony Din. He has 2 apps here. They're kind of the same. One is called Typing Mind. Click out of here for me, please. And the second one, is Custom Typing Mind. Let's start with this one. So this one, I think what it is.
Do you know how much money this business is making?
Yeah. I think according to a couple of tweets here, he's making from May. This was this today or yesterday? Today.
May 2.
Says, I thought last month was crazy, but this month we broke our all-time high revenue record again. 170K revenue in April 2025. Still can't believe Typing Mind can be this big. Thank you all. Wow. I didn't see that until right now. I had seen a different one where I think pinned on his profile is 45,000 a month. Yeah, his story, 0 to 45K. And as I was looking at this app, and then we'll talk about the custom one, it looks like there's some custom, it looks like ChatGPT,
looks exactly
basically.
Like a ChatGPT.
Yeah. But in ChatGPT, you can do those custom ones.
Yeah.
What are those called?
Custom prompts?
No, it's like the
custom GPTs.
the custom GPTs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of looks like that's what it is to some degree. And then part 2 is like I can sift through the different models. In one's GPT, one is Gemini, one's Cloud, blah blah blah. And I'm sure there's other stuff here. Dolly, blah blah.
So
blah.
it's you can use all the models in one place. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I think that's actually pretty cool. And then looks like there's some custom built ones, like similar to the other one we were saying, like Pro Coder. Okay, what coding task do you need help with? And then maybe you would type it in, and it's like built to know about coding.
Yeah.
So this is Typing Mind. And then I think part 2 is Typing Mind for Teams. And so I don't know a lot about this one, but what it looks like is a similar interface, but it's customized for like a specific business. So, a big enterprise might buy this, and then they would say, train you on all of our internal documents and stuff. Persona, bring that back again, our customer. And this is like basically our internal ChatGPT, which is funny.
Right. Yeah. My guess is that this is the real breadwinner here. It
says,
18,000 professionals use this. And this is what makes the money, I think, because if you can get one, go to their pricing. I'm guessing they're on a usage pricing. So $299, 5 seats included. So you add more seats at $8 per seat per month. So $299 a month plus 8. Okay. So that's how they do it. They get you on like a base plan. And then, so let's say they get a company of 500 times 8 is 4,000 per month. So they're making $4,000 a month from one company to have this interface.
Interesting. And they even have a custom one here.
Yeah. Starting at only $7,000 a year. So I think that I don't know. My guess on this is that they're making money in the enterprise, which it's actually really smart. So like you said, this is literally a GPT wrapper. Like it couldn't be more of a wrapper. It looks exactly like ChatGPT.
Right.
But it seems to have, my guess is that the custom one is making money. And the reason why is that companies worry about security and privacy.
He says, since nobody's counting, I'm going to say this. I built the first ChatGPT wrapper, and it's truly a wrapper. Just provide the UI and charge you for a one-time payment. Maybe the business has changed since he posted this. Well, it's not that long ago, actually. And then levels. I can't believe we all accidentally betted right on ChatGPT wrappers, even though everyone trolled us for years. Anyway, so I think I've said before, like I still work for a pretty big company, and they actually, we don't use Typing Mind, but we've used some tool that's like essentially like a custom built ChatGPT for the company.
Yeah.
Where we can go and search like for internal documents or processes or whatever.
Yep.
And that seems like kind of what this is.
Yeah.
Or this second one is.
Yeah.
So I think my skepticism is, like I said, is still there, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think the other thing that maybe isn't talked about enough is just how big this TAM is. So like how many users does OpenAI ChatGPT have? My guess is getting close to 1 billion active users. All you got to do is carve out this tiny little space. Okay. We help serve startups in the enterprise or something like that, something tiny there we allow you, we cater to that power user that wants to not just look at OpenAI. They want to be able to see Claude, Facebook all in one place. Like not everyone wants to do that, but 0.001% of 1 billion people want to do that. And there's not a whole lot of solutions that do it because it's new, it's fresh. I mean, I think that is like, it's like the law of large numbers, or the power of numbers here is like, we can't really, I wouldn't use this because I just wouldn't use it. I don't really have a need for it, but I'm guessing there is a few thousand people that want to use this, and that's enough.
Yeah. I've thought about before. Like I'm primarily a ChatGPT user, but I have thought like, I wonder what the others are like. And for whether out of laziness or just because I'm used to using ChatGPT, I don't go and use Claude or Perplexity or whatever, or Gemini or whatever.
Yeah.
And I might be willing to, if it costs more or less the same, I don't know how much this costs. Maybe we can find that.
True.
I might be willing to be like, I'm going to pay $25 a month so that I can use all the models.
Yeah.
And not feel like, am I missing? Because, sometimes you'll see on Twitter, people are like, I hate those posts, but they're like Claude versus whatever. This is the performance. And I'm like, oh man, I will never know that. Or I don't know that.
It's like model FOMO. It's like, and all these models, they're fighting with each other, and each one is becoming better, and they're kind of stair stepping on each other. So this is like a cool tool that you can test that or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the second one. And it's kind of insane that he's making that much off of it. And I think you're probably right on like the enterprise thing, but
Yeah.
I think that's like really smart
Yeah.
because like, yeah, I think big companies are scared to like incorporate. And if you can guarantee some sort of security or whatever,
Yeah.
you'll make money there.
It's also like a distribution thing too. Like I remember we did a starter story video with someone who has basically this, but they did it as a browser extension. So a Chrome extension that allows you to prompt ChatGPT. That's also like kind of like a distribution I like to be on mobile. I like to be on Chrome. I'm on Firefox. I like to do voice. Like there's a lot of voice chat apps. These all kind of like 99% of people are just going to ChatGPT on their computer, but there's like that small 1% that want to do it, for this specific thing or in this specific place or at this specific time. Yeah. I think that is also like something to think about too.
Yeah. So cool. So that's the second one. Let's go to the last one. This one has gotten a lot of attention in recent weeks or days for a lot of reasons, but it's this business or app called icon.me or icon.com. The founder got a lot of shit, I think, for a lot of things. One, people were talking about how this landing page just sucks. I'm not here to talk about that. And I think he also tweeted that he paid like $1 million for this domain or something like that. So they were giving him a lot of crap for that. But the point of this app that I wanted to bring up is my understanding is that this generates image ads for you or images for you, which we've seen a bunch. And the argument is like,
how much money is the business making?
According to this guy, let's see if I pulled up the right tweet. This is the founder on Twitter. I think on this post, he said, went from 0 to 5 million ARR in the first 30 days.
What? That's crazy.
Yep. This is the guy. Basically, it's like,
wow.
Icon creates winning ads for you, turns it into better ads in ChatGPT, which is going to be the main point of this. Launch your ads in 1 click for less than $1. I don't care nothing. But they have 5 million ARR in 30 days.
You bought the domain for 12 million.
12 million. I said 1 million. I undersold it. And I think people were giving this crap because they're saying like similar, I guess it's a similar thing. It's like you can just go to ChatGPT and say, create an ad for my business. These are the requirements, and boom, it'll spit it out.
Yeah.
But I think what this is I haven't used it, so I'll be transparent there. Is I'm guessing that you can, in a couple of clicks, generate hundreds of images of your business or blah or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, right? Launch ads for 99 cents an ad. Can't lose that.
Yeah. That's interesting. At the end of the day, I can't imagine that they have some crazy model that's better than what ChatGPT does for the image generation. Yeah. So really I don't want to simplify this guy's business because, it's going to get somewhere that's way bigger. But at least for the image generation model, I imagine it's just, they wrote up a pretty good prompt. They're wrapping that prompt in their own AI, and it's just giving you something that's better than ChatGPT because of their actual prompt. That's how it is right now. I'm sure they have bigger plans and goals for it. They also give it to you in a nice interface where it can generate 20 of them for you, where ChatGPT, you can only generate 1 at a time. This is giving you 20 ads at once, and it's coming up with a bunch of ideas, and it's just wrapping a bunch of prompts together. And that may be enough to warrant paying for it.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
I think there's something cool about this product is go drop down products at the top or hover over it. They have, this is this idea of a studio, right? It's like, okay, you can make one product, which is, let's say, Ad GPT. This generates a bunch of ads, but it looks like they have, at least all I can see here is they have 12 products. And it's kind of like the thing we looked at before where Founder Pal, which is like, here's a marketing strategy generator. Here's a business plan generator. Here's a, XY generator. This has got 12 different, it's like a studio of products, right? So we're catering to this customer right now, which is someone who creates ads. They're wearing a bunch of different hats. They got the design hat, they got the research hat for Ad Spy, they've got the UGC hat where they're hiring people and, giving them ideas and that sort of thing. We're just going to give you a bunch of tools that make your life maybe like 1.5 times better in every little capacity. We're giving you this is almost like a Swiss Army knife for the someone who's doing ads.
Yeah.
And I can see the value in that.
Yeah, these look just like the ones you can put on ChatGPT. Like this looks like it's just straight out of the 4.0.
I've been working with these models, with the new ChatGPT model, and it's the best model right now. So they don't have OpenAI money, these guys, but so they're not doing their own models. They're just prompting it and they're giving you a nice interface. Again, it's a wrapper. They're doing a wrapper, and this is this tiny example right now is, okay, ChatGPT, generate me 1 ad. Icon.com, generate me 8 ads.
Yeah.
You get 8 ads in the time it took you to do 1 because of some kind of, maneuvering they did on the back end to give you this wrapper.
Yeah.
I think there's value there.
Yeah, for sure. You were telling me before we went on, like, about what your friend had texted you about this.
Yeah. I think he was trying out this product because he's trying to do ads right now. And he basically said, I don't try to create ads. It's not something that I've been working on, but he said, yeah, this is something I could just do in ChatGPT. That's what he said. I don't know if he paid for it. He spent money on it. I'm sure he got some ideas from it. You're not going to appease 100% of customers. And maybe that early adopter type customer who just goes to ChatGPT and is happy with those results, then that's not a great customer. And it's just not your customer. And that's okay. There's a lot of people that are going to come and try your app and maybe they don't feel it's worth the money, but then maybe there's, someone here that goes, oh, I got 8 cool ideas from here and this saves me time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And you could say that, I know my point of view has been more of the skeptical about all this stuff, but yeah, maybe the main thing is like, you're making it for a particular kind of customer, particular kind of person, and there is value there, even if say I or somebody else doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm not making ads either, but someone who is probably looks at this and is like, this is awesome. I've played around with the image generator on ChatGPT, and it does one good one and the rest kind of suck.
Yeah.
This does it, 10 in 1 or 8 in 1 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Thinking about it from the perspective of the customer, my boss just told me I need to create 100 ads. This app can do that for me. That's going to save me time. It's going to save me money. And my ads might be 20% better because of some good prompting that they've done on the back end already for you, or they gave you ideas or whatever it is. That's solving a problem. It's saving them time, saving them money, and giving them a better result. Clearly, there's 5 million ARR business right there. And that doesn't have to be the end too. Like, they're probably, as the new models come out or whatever, or they can go horizontal and go serve, video creators or something like that. It's a good place to start.
Yeah, cool. So back to our original question, are these apps garbage? I think the answer is they might be, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like the right answer, but I don't know if I come away feeling like, oh yeah, totally. Now I'm going to go use all these different tools, blah, blah, blah. But I certainly feel like, oh, I see why all these different tools exist. Yep. So even if they are garbage to you or to me, they work for somebody. Yeah. And I think that's all that matters in the end.
I would say have the same takeaway is they're garbage to you. What one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? And that's actually a good thing. If people say that your thing is garbage, that means that you are not trying to, it's better to have someone say your app is garbage than not to care about it. There will be a small percentage of the population that think your app is awesome, and the rest of the people will think it's garbage. And that's can be $1 million or even $1 billion business.
Cool. Well, that's all I have for today.
All right. Well, that was cool. It was cool to see a bunch of AI rappers. There's hundreds of more rappers out there. You can go check out Starter Story. We put a link in the description. We have our AI apps database. You'll find a bunch of more stuff like that. If you're looking to build anything with AI, come check out our boot camps, build.starterstory.com. We'll also put a link in the description in there. Thank you guys for watching the Starter Story podcast. We'll see you next week.